Well, that's easy actually, because the Cox Plate, I've won the other two.
The Cox Plate, I won 2 of them, but I think 3, it's got a nice ring to it.
I wouldn't mind winning any of them.
I want to win them all. I ran 2nd the Everest last year.
Which one's worth the most?
The Everest.
Everest. We'll go after the Everest.
Probably the Everest, to be honest.
Why?
Yeah, it's the biggest purse.
Pure greed factor, it'd probably be the Everest.
Well, I couldn't knock back the Everest. It's $30 million.
At this stage of my career, probably the Everest. I haven't won that one.
There's a lot of excitement about the Everest, but there's a lot of, obviously the Cox Plate. It's, it's prestigious in Australian racing, but nothing beats that race on the first Tuesday of November.
It's just the most famous race, Everyone, if you're a racing fan or not, even all over the world, people who know anything about horse racing in Australia, Melbourne Cup's the one that comes to mind.
I think the Melbourne Cup's definitely the one. Everest is obviously more prize money now.
I've had to choose probably the Melbourne Cup. Flemington's my favourite track to ride it, and it's the most famous race in the country.
Melbourne Cup, it's just everyone's dream as a jockey. I think it makes you a household name.
The Melbourne Cup is the race that stops the nation.
It's the one race that everybody watches.
I think everyone wants to win the Melbourne Cup, but a Cox Plate would be great.
Great question, and I reckon line ball between the Melbourne Cup and the Cox Plate.
The Melbourne Cup or Cox Plate, I'd probably rather win the Cox Plate, I think.
I see the enjoyment out of jockeys that have won a Cox Plate, and for me I think it's the biggest and toughest weight for age event in the world.
I'd like to win the Cox Plate because this year, if Winks can do it, it'll be one of the most historical moments in Australian racing.